Hello everybody! Welcome back to some more Always Sometimes Monsters. Let us continue as our generous Mathis. Why generous? Let's just continue Mathis as Mathis. Enter. Load. Anyway, we are on the quest to find ourselves $500 by the end of the day. We have our job right here in this Phoenix area to help our friend. He says he can offer us some money, and then we could pretty much go help an old lady clean her house. We don't know how much that's going to get us, but our friend is offering us, and he's sticking his neck out for us, so let's go see what we've got. I had a lot of good memories here at the Phoenix. Dark should be waiting for me inside. Let's go ahead and help him out. Let's see. Whoa, partner. We ain't open yet. Excuse me? I said we're closed, dipshit. Why don't you turn around and get lost? Where's Darkif? Yeah, I'm working here today. Is Darkif around? You're the asshole that everyone's waiting on then? Darkif's in the main room, so I'd get my ass over there if I were you. Alright, let's go see Darkif, our friend. That's probably one of the worst names in the world, Darkif. I'm sure it's referencing something. I don't know what it is. It's pretty bad, though. And the dead rise. You're late, too. Did Benny give you any trouble at the door? Nah, he left me right through. Some bouncer he is. How have you been? You pumped for the show? I'm nervous. Really, really nervous. This is my first big show since I split with Viper, and I don't know how well it's gonna go without her. I know what you mean. Not a day goes by where I don't wonder how differently my life would be if she hadn't left so suddenly. Jesus, we're on this shit again? Look, Kerry left you, what, a year ago? It's time you move on, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. It's just not that easy for me. I don't know if you've noticed, but life's been kind of shitty for me ever since she left. Alright, so we're a year later, and obviously Carrie, our wonderful girlfriend, has left us. How long are you gonna blame her for everything, man? Seriously, you've got to take some responsibility. Remember, she left you because of what you did. You know what? Fuck you. Not all of us are happy to be rid of our ex. Not all of us are dated, self-destructive junkies. Not cool, man. All I'm saying is that since I left Viper, I'm realizing how it's the choices we make that define us. Am I worried about the choices I've made? Totally. Am I terrified that my music's been shit since I quit? Sure. At least I made the choice, man. Whatever. This dude telling me to fuck myself. I loved her. I absolutely loved her. You'll be fine. Everyone's really proud of you for getting off that stuff. Not everyone, man. Seems like my fans prefer when my sound's all fucked up. Part of me thinks they're right. They're wrong. That's nonsense. I'm assuming my friend is an ex-druggie. That makes sense. Everyone's just scared to change. Your manager makes a lot of money from you. I'm sure you sound fine. I appreciate it, but you haven't heard me since I kicked the stuff. I'm just nervous is all. Kinda wish I'd had some to calm my nerves. Ah well, my burden to bear. Here's the layout for the equipment. Try to follow it exactly. I've got enough to worry about tonight. Since you slept in, we don't have any time to redo anything, so make sure you get it right the first time. Alright, I gotta memorize this stuff. It looks like a mic in the middle, bass, key, and the bass and the keytar, or the keytar, bass and keyboard on the left, bass, keyboard left, bass, keyboard left, bass, keyboard left, bass, keyboard left. All you gotta do is put the stuff in the right spot. I'll give you $100. I'll do my best, Captain. I'll head backstage and work the spotlights for you. Okay, bass, keyboard on the left. The guitar is gonna go here. Yes. Put that together right. I hope I put that together right. Yeah, alright. Picked up the bass. Dropped the bass. Wub, wub, wub. Doing menial work for $100. Still gonna need $400 if we're gonna pay rent. This better be a damn good show. Well, those look exactly the same. Picked up the drums. Bass and the keyboard on the left, drums are on the right. Yes. Why, what, why, like, fucking God, who's this? Hey, Mathis, come give me a hug. Who are you? Oh, this is Viper? Viper? What are you doing here? I thought you and Dark F split. You sure he's cool with you hanging around here before a show? Trust me, if I know my Dark F, he's missing me like crazy right now. Probably already told you, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I guess he did. He's real nervous about the show. I figured as much, which is why I brought him a little present. It's a baggie of heroin! Oh, thank God! Are you crazy? Are you out of your goddamn mind, lady? Dark F's been doing so well. What the hell is wrong with you? Hey, I'm not forcing the needle in his arm. Nobody is. That's not how drunkies work, you psychopath. He's a big boy, and he doesn't need you making his decisions for him. If he's nervous about the show and this helps calm him down, then who are we to get in his way? He'll just get it from someone else otherwise. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here right now, you goddamn junkie. Jarkev left you for a reason. What don't you understand about that? Go fuck yourself, Mathis. You don't know the first thing about Darkev, what he needs or what he loves. You don't know a fucking thing about love. Good luck with the fucking show. If my baby bombs, it's all your fault. What a bitch. What a psycho. Pick up the heroin? Yes. No sense leaving this laying around. No heroin for him. You pick up the keyboard. Last time I did this, actually, I don't think I saw the heroin. I think I left it there, and that's actually going to change quite a lot if I know correctly. I'm working up a sweat here. And then the microphone, and we should be good. Perfect. Make ourselves some buck. We're going to be able to pay our rent. And by that, I mean we're not. All right, there we go. Connect cable way. There we go. Well, that's about as good as it's going to get, I guess. All right, man. Well, how'd it go? Take a look for yourself. Come on, buddy. I did it fucking right. You know I did it right. Wait, what do you mean 3 out of 5 ain't bad? Did the guitar and bass, did I get them confused? Keyboard and the, what the fuck? Come on. You docking me money for that? $75? Go, come on, man. You know I could use this money. Whatever, maybe next time give me a map with more than a few chicken scratches and doodles on it, eh? Can always count on you. Benny said Viper swung by earlier. Did you talk to her at all? Was she looking for me? Yeah, she swung by, alright. Really? She didn't leave anything here, did she? Actually, no, she just left. Just showed up looking for you and then left when she saw you weren't here. Huh? Alright then. Well, I guess I gotta go get ready for the show. Feel free to come back to the club a little later if you're interested in working coat check. We're short-staffed and could use you. Just talk to Benny at the door when you're ready to get started. Hey, Mathis. You're a good friend. Yeah, no fucking shit. Why are you talking to me like you expected Viper to show up, man? What? I don't understand. Like, did you, like, expect to get dope from her? Hey, a ladies' bathroom. Oh, somebody called me a slut. Actually, I probably shouldn't have thrown it out in here. Use condom. Wait, did I keep it on me? I don't know if I kept it on me. I meant to if I didn't. Let's just get out of here. It's in the women's bathroom at this point, so... Actually, where'd Darkev go? Did he go into the bathroom? He did. First sober show! You can do this! You don't need it! You don't need her or anything. What's up, buddy? Wanna talk? Oh, Mathis, just getting myself psyched for the show. I'm still nervous, but I know I've got this in the bag. I think we're gonna blow it out of the water this year. Nothing's holding me back, and I don't care about Viper, my manager, or my fans have to say about it. That's great! I've had a crazy year, and you've been with me through it all. I'm here to do the same for you. Whatever you need to knock it out of the park, just let me know. Whoa, hang on, what's this? Someone left a crowbar here. I take the crowbar. Who knows when that could be useful? Murdering somebody. I mean, fixing a door or something. All right, let's bounce. So we've got time before the show, I think. Maybe we can help the old lady. Excuse me, dude. Also, you're an asshole. Big 22-inch pythons. All right, dude. What a strange night. I still can't believe Viper showed up like that. Maybe I should stick around for the concert and help with the coat check. Then again, Mrs. Tewilager did ask for my help. I suppose seeing what she needed would be worthwhile, even if I am more than a little late. Let's go see the old lady. That's something I actually didn't get to do last time I played. I did do coat check last time though, so let's go. Hoo-ah, 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 hoo-ah. Run, run, run. Alright, well, whatever, man. I was just hoping that, you know, maybe I could have sold him the heroin or something. I think I got rid of it accidentally, though. Like a nut job. Can I knock on the door and, like... Alright. Well, I was just seeing if I could maybe, like, give him some money down. 75 bucks. Say, look, I'm coming up with the rest, like, tomorrow or something. I wonder if Mrs. Tewilager still needs my help cleaning her apartment. I hope I'm not too late to lend a hand. I'll see what she needs. I feel bad.
Who could that be? Hello? Who's there?
It's me, Mathis.
Oh, come right in.
Aw, your apartment's way nicer than mine. And you've got a cat. And I'm here to help.
Oh, you're a little late for that, Mathis. It's all right, though. I managed to get it all done myself. Still, I'm very glad he came. You're such a good kid.
Well, then, I guess you don't need me then, huh? I was just about to sit down at dinner. Would you care to join me? I was thinking go to work coat check down at the club. I am pretty hungry, though. What's for dinner? So what's for dinner? The fresh lamb stew. You're going to love it. Come and have a seat. We wouldn't want it getting cold. Sounds great. You wouldn't believe how hungry I am.
Well, there's plenty to eat, so don't worry about it if you want seconds.
Thanks, Miss Tewilager. It's going to be yummy. Can't wait. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say you were expecting guests earlier? Don't tell me I'm the only one who came.
Oh, I never explained, did I? Tonight's my beloved Thomas's birthday. Every year we have a special little dinner together. I tidy up the house like he prefers and makes his favorite meal, an old-fashioned stew.
Oh, that sounds really nice. Is Thomas your cat? When's he coming?
Well, he's not exactly. Thomas was my husband, but he's not with us anymore.
Oh, that's depressing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about, Mathis. We had a wonderful life together, and he's still with me every day in my heart. I'm glad you're here, though. Sometimes today can make me a little emotional. It'll be nice having someone else to talk to for a change.
Well, I will gladly partake in your stew.
Salad?
Hush, it's good for your digestion.
You'll get your stew afterwards.
All right, well, Appetizer. Chapter 1, Eating an Appetizer.
I'm so glad you decided to join me. It's nice to have young company for a change.
Oh, she's gonna... Don't you mack it to me. Don't you mack it to me. It's my pleasure, really.
I appreciate the kindness. It can be kind of lonely living here alone these days.
Well, considering I'm eating out of a microwave most nights, this is a real treat. Did that girlfriend of yours cook very often? What's her name?
Carrie, wasn't it?
The wench. Oh, we'd eat out more often than not. We were both pretty busy, you know. That actually sounds really true to life.
I understand. Life can get pretty hectic nowadays. Life sure does move a lot faster than when I was your age. How long has it been since you last saw each other? I always remember she was so polite. We'd bump into each other nearly every morning as she was heading out the door for her morning jog. It's funny the things you miss about a person can be often what you take for granted. The cruel part's now that you never know you're doing it at the time, but life, such is life, I suppose. Why am I having a hard time reading that?
Yeah, I guess. I do miss her a lot. I really do miss her quite a bit. It's been about a year since we last saw each other. I still don't feel the same.
Believe me, I understand how you feel. When you're so close with someone, their absence can be so hard to deal with. I won't lie to you, that sadness you feel now may never go away.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for easing my emotions.
You're luckier than I was, though. You still have an opportunity to mend the rift.
Oh, I don't know about that. Life's changed a great deal for both of us since we parted ways. Carrie's not even in the city anymore, I don't think. Seems she wanted to get as far away from me as possible.
A decision like that can be made in an instant, though. Who's to say that what it really means? For all you know, Carrie could be regretting leaving just as much as you do.
I'm not sure that's true. It ended rather rough. Things between us ended rather roughly. There's a reason we don't talk. A lot of feelings were hurt, probably past repair.
Be that as it may, you're not a mind reader, Mathis. A good relationship like the one you had doesn't die so easily. Actions can be amended, and feelings can be healed, and the only thing that truly divides people is time apart. You can't be so sure you know what's going on in someone else's heart unless you ask them yourself.
You know, I suppose you're right about the time apart dividing us. I'm not even sure if she's the same person anymore, to be honest. When I look at how much I've changed in the last year, I can't imagine Carrie's stayed the same.
Oh, you've changed less than you think, Mathis. Calls me a nosy neighbor, but I've watched you come and go in this building for a long time now.
Are you a creep like I am? Because all I'm saying is my next door neighbors, pretty sure they were getting it on the other night, and I had a good time watching them.
Tell me what you think is so different about you today versus a year ago.
You want to know how I've changed since Carrie left? My work, my lifestyle. I haven't changed. Let's change subjects. My work. Not nearly making as much money as I thought I was going to be making with that book signing. I guess the thing that's changed most is my work. I've made a lot of progress on my book. I mean, it's really starting to feel complete. Oh, I had no idea you were nearly done. Do you have a release date decided yet? Well, it's not quite that ready, I guess. There's still a bunch of it that needs revision, and I haven't really figured out the ending. Ah, I see. Not so different after all, then. No, I guess not. Being the same person you were a year ago doesn't have to be a bad thing unless you think it is. Don't forget, that's who Carrie fell in love with in the first place. Duh, adorable. Yeah, but it's also who she left. There you go. Main course, chapter 2. Eating dinner with old lady Watson. So, how are you enjoying the stew? It's really quite good. What's the meat in this? That's fresh lamb. I got it from the butcher this morning. Feel free to have as much as you want. I got used to making rather large pots of it. Every time I'd make it, my Thomas would eat at least 4 bowls just by himself. There were never any leftovers back in those days, I'm afraid. He sounds like quite the character. How'd you meet? It's a funny story, actually. It happened the summer I finished high school. He was working at a garage near my house, and my father hired him to fix our old jalopy. Oh, damn, Mrs. Tewilager, you were fucking fine. I wasn't working at the time, so my father asked me to pick up the car for him. I had no choice. I didn't even have a license at the time, so I was terrified the whole day, imagining myself getting it home. Well, that certainly sounds safe. How'd you get away with driving illegally like that? It was a different time back then. We didn't worry about little things like that. I was scared, but that wasn't going to stop me. I hated disappointing my father. So I showed up to the shop, scared out of my wits, and there it was, covered in grease and sweat. A real man's man, if you know what I mean. Thomas could tell immediately I was clueless and... Oh, sorry. He must have asked me if I needed help a dozen times. I was stumbling over myself with how cute he was, so I just kept telling him I'd be fine. I wanted to get home as quickly as possible before I said or did anything embarrassing. I was so distracted thinking about him that I've crashed straight into a stop sign barely 20 feet away. I'm glad that worked out for you. Thomas, the sweetheart, charged right over to see if I was okay. There wasn't a scratch on me, but the car was in pretty rough shape. I was terrified I'd get in trouble with my father. He'd have been so mad to find out what happened. Thomas, seeing my dismay, offered to fix it for free and tell my father he needed more time with it to keep me from trouble. His only condition was that I'd agree to go have dinner with him that weekend. Hell yeah. Of course I said yes. The rest is history. Love's funny like that, isn't it? Was it the accident that drew us together? Or was it our attraction that caused the accident? Sometimes I think these things are just meant to happen, you know? Sounds like you two were made for each other. What was your life like? Well, it wasn't perfect, but they were by far the best years of my life. I trade all the ones I've got left just for one more lazy summer afternoon with them. God, Mrs. Tewilager, you were hot. When we were young and everything was new to us, all we needed was our love. It didn't matter that we were poor or hungry. As long as we had each other, we were happier than pigs in mud. We had such grand dreams for our life. We planned to travel in the world together, see exotic places as a pair. Then bills happened, I'm assuming. Looks like it. Eventually, though, the bills started piling up, and so Thomas started working longer hours to make ends meet. There were times we'd have debt collectors knocking our door, and I wasn't sure we'd make it. I thought myself foolish for being so idealistic in our youth. Reality hit us a lot harder than we expected. I resented him working so much, even though I knew it was necessary for us to survive. He would be frustrated with every mistake I made, fearing how far it set us back. The stress of it all would cause us to fight over the most ridiculous things as we scraped by. Daw, cute. Still, our love was strong enough that our tension always faded once we vented. We'd always made up and vowed to double down on our efforts to make our dreams together come true. We slogged away hoping we'd have a few extra pennies to put away at the end of the month, but we never got far. As we got older, things got easier, but we were too tired and beat to do anything about it. So you just gave up on your dream like that? We were comfortable and happy together. Eventually we realized that's all we really wanted. It didn't matter where we were or what we were doing, just as long as we were together. Besides, it's more than a little impractical just packing up your life to chase a silly idea like that. I don't know. I might disagree with you there. Sometimes I regret it though, especially when I wonder where we might have been when we started enlisting. When I think about it, it's hard not getting angry about myself for not trying harder. But then, how are we to know? I'm sorry, it's a very painful subject for me. So, Thomas was drafted in the war? I'll ask her. Apologies if it's a tough subject, but how did Thomas die? I don't really like talking about it, but it's a fair question, all things considered. It just makes me very sad to talk about. I'd really rather not. Can only how painful those memories are. Talking helps, or never mind. Let's say talking helps. I am a prying little bastard. Well, I suppose since you talked about your problems, it's fair I talk about mine. I guess things started looking up for us the year before we were even concerned with the war. We saw the news broadcasts and heard stories from friends about the troubles, but we never thought it would involve us at all. It was all happening half a world away. We weren't in danger, and so we never paid it any mind. The whole affair was someone else's problem, and then the letter came. I can only imagine that sucks. I did my best to let go of the fear of losing him, assured myself that as a mechanic he'd never see combat. In his letters, he always joked that it was more likely he'd die from boredom than from bullets. I can still remember the faint smell of gasoline that soaked its way into the paper. His awful spelling. Almost every day there'd be a new one for me to open and read. He must have spent as much time holding a pen as he did a wrench. Like a lot of the wives in town, I blamed the post office at first when the mail stopped showing up. Then days turned into weeks and we all knew something terrible had happened. By the time the news officially reached our neighborhood of the bombing, we were already grieving. Oh, that's sad. He died in the war. That's shitty. I was told he died a hero, that he died serving a valiant cause, but I know how he really felt. You may think of soldiers as brave, patriotic souls, but he wasn't a soldier. He was just a mechanic. He was just a mechanic who wanted nothing more than to travel the world with the woman he loved. I never fell in love again after losing him. I don't think I could have, even if I wanted to. When you lose someone that really means something to you, it chips away that part of your heart forever. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything, Mathis. What you do need is to understand. Life doesn't connect us with the perfect person more than once in a life. I know this. Once you know who they are, don't waste your time with the fretting over petty things. If you truly love them, do anything and everything to keep them by your side, or be prepared to lose them forever. There are no do-overs in this life. Once they're gone for good. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Dessert! Happy time! At least I hope so. I just love ice cream, don't you? You don't hear me complaining. I've had a really nice time this evening. I'm very happy you decided to come by. Oh, it's no trouble at all. I'm glad you came. Still, I want to thank you for spending your time with me tonight, so I have something for you. What's this? These are my husband's baseball cards. He used to collect them when he was a boy. Some of them are quite old. They're probably worth quite a bit of money. I want you to have one of them as a token of my appreciation. You can keep it as a memento, or I'm sure someone will be happy to pay you for it. Oh shit, rent money! You can't be serious, can you? Please, I know how much you could use the money right now, and they're not doing me any good. They just sit in my box. I can't even bring myself to look at them anymore. I won't take no as an answer from you, so don't even make a fuss about it. I just don't trust myself to not take... fucking Christ, I can't fucking read! I just don't trust myself not to get all weepy if I see which one you're taking, so I want you to pick by the time I return from the washroom. Just close up the box when you're done, and we won't say another word about it, understand? Yeah, understand. Alright then, I'll be back in a moment. I don't want to pick one, actually. These are really ancient. I bet they're worth a small fortune to the red collector. I couldn't do that to Mrs. Tewilager, though. Could I? No. Me as a person, and I'm playing this as though me and Carrie broke up, I don't think I could take one. I can't do it. I know I'll probably regret this later, but I can't do it. It just doesn't feel right. I'm sure I'll pull through some other way. I hope I made the right decision. Thanks again for having me over, Mrs. Tewilager. You're more than welcome. You're such a good kid. Here, take this with you. Some leftovers from the dinner to eat later. Yeah, leftover stew, baby. A young person like you needs to eat. Well, it won't pay my bills, but it's better than eating junk food. Thank you very much. You take care of yourself and have a good night. It's getting late, so I'm off to bed. All right, then. Good night. You should let me sleep in your house tonight. Damn it. I feel like you should let me camp out here. It's getting pretty late and I'm beat. I should count out my pennies and see if I can get my rent paid. Spoilers! You can't. Between the $76 I got in my wallet and the $13 stored in my bank, I've got a grand total of $89. That's not enough to get my game back in bed. Maybe I can scrounge together a few more bucks, but it looks like I'll be sleeping under the stars tonight. Better go and find a comfy street mattress. I like how there are street mattresses in this game. First and foremost, I want to see if I can use my crowbar. Maybe I can crack into bed. Carve 3 notches into it. I don't know what that means. Alright, well, this is going to wrap up this particular episode of Always Sometimes Monsters. Thank you guys so much. We're in a kind of a difficult situation, but I feel like spending the time with Mrs. Tewilager has definitely helped us in the long run. If you're enjoying it, you know what to do. Come back tomorrow for some more daily, for now, Always Sometimes Monsters, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.